Have you ever wondered how many hours you need to play Fortnite to go pro? Vico has about 3,100 hours playing time with over $120,000 in earnings. Acorn has about 3,400 hours with over 500,000 earnings. And Malabuka with about 3,800 hours with over $520,000 in earnings. And those are active in-game playing hours, by the way. Not just the hours the game is open, which is shown in the launcher. So yeah, I think you get the point by now. Going pro in Fortnite takes a lot of time. Around 3,000 hours, right? But wait, what about all the players that have around 2,000 hours, or in some cases the same hours as the pros do, but are still nowhere even near being a pro yet? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But to explain this properly, I'm going to paint a picture for you. Imagine two people, one called Bob and one called Rob. Rob has about 4 hours a day to practice on his PC. So he gets on and quickly just does a 5-minute warm-up while he's looking for a token or just regular 1v1 against a solid player. And then he's 100% focused during these 1v1s using a slow methodical playstyle and so on. Then after these 1v1s, he goes into solo ranked and no call, just 100% focusing, landing the drop that he lands at in solo cash cups, trying to learn it and keys absolutely everyone, even the intimidating looking players. Rob then ends the night off in a massive session of scrims, 100% focused, and in between each game going into VODs, writing down notes on what he should have done better, etc. And now imagine the other player, Bob, who has 9+ hours a day on his PC. When he gets on, he'll do a bunch of random creative maps, like edit courses, piece control maps, aim warm-up maps, and so on for a few hours, because apparently he needs that to be warmed up properly. And finally, after a massive warm-up session, he hops into some 1v1s against some random bad players he found from a scrim Discord server. And during these, Bob is low-key just spamming builds, edit courses, and so on, almost going for clips. And then Bob goes into ranks where it only gets into a few fights, playing pretty passively, low-key just trying to rank up. And then he might play scrims, but he's always playing with a new duo and a new drop spot, never getting in-game consistently. And I would bet my life savings, fast forward a year, Rob will be heavily outperforming Bob in every single tournament. This is the biggest lesson I want anyone who watches me to know. That the quality of practice is way more important than the amount of practice. So I've came up with 4 attributes that you must master if you really want to improve with minimum time. And they are practice prioritization, focus levels, mentality, and time resourcefulness. Practice prioritization is simple. You must prioritize the practice that gets you the most bang for your buck. You'll get way more out of 3 hours of scrims and tokens against better players than you would if you played 3 hours of random creative maps and 1v1 build fights against worse players. Now, focus levels is important. You must be as focused as possible. Leave your phone way out of reach. Have Chrome extensions on your PC that make Twitter, YouTube, etc. just really boring to use. Make sure you got good sleep and all your other life responsibilities like homework, etc. are sorted out. So that when you play with the short amount of time you have, you're 100% locked in. Now with mentality, I'm talking about having an improvement mentality. Someone who is raging, getting extremely upset that they did bad in 1v1, scrims, and so on are gonna waste so much useful time and energy. Compared to someone who, wouldn't be completely happy that they did bad in certain practices, but knows it's just a part of the process, learns from it, and instantly moves on to the next 1v1, scrim game, or whatever. This is basically just you trying to figure out every good way to use any extra seconds you have. Maybe when you're in queue waiting for your next ranked game or scrim, you're actually VOD reviewing the last game you just played, which you recorded. Maybe you pull up Kovacs whenever you have an extra second, or you're watching educational videos whenever you're waiting for a game. You get the point, don't waste any time. Master these 4 attributes and I can almost guarantee that you're gonna outperform almost everyone who has double the hours as you to practice. You made it through this whole video, so there's something I'm sure you'd be interested in, bro. My free email newsletter where I post heaps of unique advice and tips and tricks you don't see in my YouTube videos, so join for free using the link in the description of this video.